encounter space. Location unknown.
Everyone okay?
I'm fine, sir.
Did we get it?
Jump point is charted, sir.
Good. Comms, we got any contact?
No, sir. Scope is clear.
Keep looking. Scarlet, take us on the tour.
With pleasure.
She's all yours, Doctor.
We've got a protoplanet, no atmosphere. Unknown planet 2. There's an atmosphere.
Doctor.
It could sustain life.
Welcome back to Thoringer's channel. Today I want to show you a little bit about the Taurus, the Constellation Taurus. It's not really the ship you've seen in this introduction commercial you can see on the RSI page, but it's quite similar and it's the same class of ship. It is the cheapest currently available large ship you can get. And since the Aquila you've just seen is an exploration ship, the Taurus is actually the transport version of that. So here it says, enjoy the adventure of a multi-crew constellation on a budget. The Constellation Taurus is a dedicated freighter, fully configurable, but without all the bells and whistles. The Taurus is a great way to get started with a crewed ship. So what does it get you? Well, it gets you a lot of cargo space, 243 for a ship that is actually on that budget. It's for 4 persons, and other than that it has pretty much the same loadout, has a little bit less of the protection, and additionally it doesn't have the close range fighter or anything like that with it, or the rover. The good thing is you can get it actually for 150 USD as the ship itself, which makes it quite affordable if you want to just upgrade from one ship to this one. And so much about this. Let's see what other ships we have here in that class. It's in the same constellation class as the Andromeda, and that would be this one here. Looks a little darker, and Also the Aquila we've seen, it has a different cockpit in the front. And then we also have the Phoenix, which is the luxury version. You've probably seen a lot of videos on that one as well. So, without further ado, let's look into the game. Here it is in the hangar. Quite impressive. Now I have to say, in the 1.3 version of the hangar, it has some minor bugs, but it's largely how you will have it in game as soon as 2.0 comes out. So, from the top, we have here that seat that you've seen, that turret that comes up. This is here just the protective hull. What you see here, that is these hovering helicopter-like boosters to keep it afloat when you want to land, keep it in the air. Here is a dock to dock other ships on, or to do a spacewalk, I guess. Not sure yet how that all will play out in 2.0. Here's some more thrusters. And yes, here there might be something on other variants attached to it. This is just all design. You see the engines here on the top, the space engines, and then back here you have again thrusters for atmospheric flight. And it has two big entrances. You can use this one to get in, that's the cargo bay, and it shows nicely how you can actually, even if you take the one on a budget, you can put some sort of vehicle on here and just go up with this, and can use it as a cheaper Explorer. And of course, with here the normal entrance that gets us into the cockpit area. So one of the buggy things is this here. We'll show it you from the bottom as well, how buggy it is texturized. But as far as I know, that's already fixed for the 2.0 version, so will all work fine. Here's the pilot seat. So that's what you will actually face if you are the pilot or the commander. Pilot, I think in that video was over here. I don't know what that person over there is doing. You have a nice big screen here on the bottom as well, so you can get all the information you need. Nice animation. It's kinda unnecessary that these turn, because you can just walk in front of them. Just go around. And the glass, of course, needs to be strong enough, otherwise it wouldn't be a spaceship. Okay, so what else do we have here? That seems to be some sort of console that is not yet working, at least not in this game. Version 1.3. This is here the exit. No, actually that's the table. So here you can dine. And you see that little bit scruffy looking one here, because you have the cheapest version. It is kinda gray. The plates are dirty. So you see the crumbs on it. What else do we have here? Sleeping bays. We have two sleeping bays here. And just laying almost like a coffin. At least you have a big display here on the top. Pet the cushion and then just lay down and you watch a movie about the planet you're getting to. Not fairly interesting, but that's just how it is. Top one is just exactly the same. No news there. And here you have the shower lavatory combo. A little bit more luxurious than in the Freelancer. There's actually a real shower section, and then you can sit down and take a dump. It's also a little buggy. You sit way behind the toilet, and here on the floor there's also some buggy textures. But yeah, it's an alpha version, so let's not be too harsh with it. Close that back up, and that's actually interesting. It looks like it should be a mirror, but you can actually look outside what actually reflects into the hangar behind you. And also about the hangar, it shows how the design of the hangar was either originally planned differently or will be planned differently, with all these palm trees and flower pots and so on. So very interesting. I noticed that at the Freelancer too, when there was a reflective surface, that it was kind of different than how the hangar really looks like. So here we have another airlock, and over there as well. This one here seems to be just components. So you probably know that from Enterprise, when they have to repair something, take off a panel and get to it. Here in the back there's actually nothing really functional. Looks like a little bit like speakers. Don't know, whatever that is supposed to be. No turret, nothing. Compared to the luxury version that has like, yeah, what do you call that? Secure storage here. This looks like tanks or some sort of other things. Your computer servers or whatever that is supposed to be. And then here, that would be the ladder down to the cargo hold, which in this case is all the way down. And here, the animation pulls it up with these big stamps. And you're back inside. Climbing back up towards the front. And then we have that turret that I mentioned earlier. Okay, that was not really intended. So you can climb up here for whatever reason. It's almost like a magnet pulls you up there. Here's some displays. Nothing I can do here, but I can use the seat to get up into the cupola, whatever it's called, turret, and you have a view to the front. You also see this kind of shell view here, and I believe that needs to come further up or something, so it actually displays something you need to see. Well, I guess it could technically also show through what's going on in front. Now, the interesting part here is that there is a bug. It doesn't drop you down to the cockpit. It actually drops you all the way through the bottom out into space. So if that would have been implemented into 2.0, your gunner would have been jettisoned out into space. You see there are some bugs here with the textures. They're not supposed to be that way. As maybe another turret planned or something, I'm not quite sure. Maybe this was moved over here, something like that, I can imagine. And yeah, let's look around. We see here the big engine bays and the shield generators here on top of it. It's all very futuristic. They went away a little bit from the functional design and put these, whatever these are, visors there on there for the engines. I'm not very much of a fan of it. I think if the engine would have stopped here, that would have been just as fine. But okay, that's not my call. That is the call of the designers. So let's take a last exiting view from the office. So you have a nice dimensional view from the back. And please take the time and hit the like button and subscribe so I can bring you some more of these review videos. And I see you next time on Thoringer's channel.